welcome to DNK's Sustenance World. Today, in this video, I'm going to review all of my Rubik's Cubes. Some, which are in the fruit version, are just different in dynamics. So, first, I'm going to be reviewing every single one of these cubes. And for the ones that I can solve, I'm going to be solving them for you. Let's first start with the 3x3x1 floppy cube. As you can see, this Rubik's Cube is much different. It's only one side, so that makes it easy, right? Except this cube has a special twist. Sure, you can do all this stuff, but then dun, 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 and you can just go on from there. See? It's just a bit hard to move though. Let's give this a quick scramble. What I feel about this cube is it's actually good turning, except it could use a better corner cutting. See? And just leave it like this. And we're going to solve like that later. But first, we need to go on to the 2x2. 2x2 is much simpler than the 3x3, as you can see. It doesn't have any centers, and it's an even numbered cube with only 8 cubies. Though on the 3x3, the 2x2 is only like that big. So let's give this a quick scramble. As you can see, it's really fast. But the core, as you can see, gets a little bit blocked up if you keep turning fast. Okay. Since I can solve the 2x2, I'm going to just leave it scrambled so I can solve it later, like the flop cube. Next is my favorite cube, the 3x3. This is what started all of this. The 3x3 is much, slower than the 2x2. But it is still very smooth, though it lack some corner cutting. And if you're wondering, corner cutting means, so if you leave your cube like that, if it's able to turn, if I keep like this, I can turn. But if I put it farther away, it like snaps. We don't want that to happen. It might break our cube. And also, I can solve a 3x3. So I'm just going to scramble this 3x3 up. The 3x3 has 3 layers, as you can see. The bottom layer, the middle layer, and finally the top layer. I think the easiest to solve within all the layers should be the bottom layer. And it really requires no algorithms. Except for the middle layer, which is the hardest I think, you need to know a lot of algorithms and special corner cutting techniques. Now the next cube we come across is the 4x4. This 4x4 is a lot slower. See? It's also an even number cube, except I can't solve this one. I need a tutorial to solve this. So I'm not going to scramble it, but I will scramble it like a 2x2. If you guys love math, you should know actually what 2 times 2 is. It's 4. So you can technically use the 4x4 as a 2x2. I'm just going to leave it like this. This is my pyramids. It's actually a lot easier than the 3x3. The pyramids, this is the 3x3 pyramids, by the way. It has 1 layer, 2 layer, 3 layers. Except that's really cool. And I can also solve this one, so I'm just going to scramble it. The snap is really nice. That's actually my favorite part of this whole cube. So I'm just going to leave it like this so we can solve it later. This is really hard, and it is known as my first fruit cube, the apple cube. This took me a while to solve, but I finally learned how to solve it. So I'm just going to scramble it. But this apple cube has the best corner cutting, like in all these cubes. And you can solve it like if you're blind even, because you can feel these edges and you can just place them together. Even the centers. I just do this, you can see that this center is definitely not aligned. So that's actually the hardest part of this apple cube. You need to align all the centers. And when you think you've solved it, even one piece could go like sideways. So you need some extra special algorithms for this apple cube. Let's leave it like this. And my favorite part is, look, it's like exactly like an apple. See? It's flesh. It's white. And it has this beautiful brown knobs. This is a lemon cube. You saw it actually the exact same as the apple cube, except you might get a few parodies. And for the top layer, your like pieces, they might go misaligned. See, it's not perfectly aligned anymore, but that's okay. So this is actually really smoother, but it's hard to get a hold on. See? And the problem is you can end up doing this. Okay, I think this is a good enough scramble. And let's move. This actually has terrible corner cutting. And there, done. Now let's move on to my eighth final cube, the Mega Mints. This cube I have yet not able to be solved. This, even with the tutorial, I can solve it. But this, on the other hand, is another level. You use 3x3 algorithms and some special Mega Mints algorithms. But still, this dodecahedron, which is a 12-sided shape, is very hard to solve. I actually haven't solved it yet. I need to get all these corners, and it's really hard. But this whole half is good, so let's practice on this. I'm not going to mix it, but I will do the right-hand algorithm, which is just some 4 basic rules. I keep doing that a few times, and finally it returns to its first form. And left-hand algorithms. This is a magnetic cube. Even though you can't see the magnets are actually inside. So each face, you will call it turns. That's how you scramble it. And it's really big, see? It's as big as my hand. So each face has the rim, and 1 center cap, 5 edge pieces, and 5 middle edge pieces. So that's 11 pieces on each face. That's a lot of pieces. And you need to do that times 12. Okay, so I'm just going to leave my Mega Mints here. And it's now time for the solve. Remember I told you I can't solve these 2 cubes? That's why I'm not going to solve them. I'm just going to leave them untouched. Let's put them on to the side. And I'm going to get my timer so we can start solving. Now I'm going to start the timer with the floppy cube. And we'll find a bit of parchment so we can write each time down. Through observation. 3, 2, 1, start. took me 50 seconds. 2 by 2 now. And first, I'm going to need a quick observation. Okay. Start the timer. 3, 2, 1, start. Okay, now we're going to start the 3 by 3. Guys, I just want you to know, I can usually solve 3 by 3 spots, but my cube is now, well, sandy, which means it's really slow now. But let's just try our best. I'm doing a quick observation of my 3 by 3. So we're going to start the timer in 3, 2, 1. So I got 1 minute and 30 seconds, no, not 30, 3 seconds, but still, I don't get that late. So I guess it's just this cube is too sandy. Oh well, let's move on to the next one. To the pyramids. This one I can actually solve pretty quick. So, take observation, and it's time to start the timer. 3, 2, 1, go. So, 23 seconds. A reasonable solve. We're going to just start the fruit cubes now. And I'm going to solve them end on end, like first apple, then the lemon, without stopping the timer. Because they're practically the same thing. So I'll start the timer in 3, 2, 1. Now the hard part, this is the algorithms I want to show you. We're going to move it away, 1 by 1, and it's not even colored, so that's why it's hard. And take it back. See? Special cases. So that should fix it. That was actually very quick. Now this is going to be much harder because it's so small. And that's just one of its many, many reasons. Solved it. So that took me 3 minutes and 12 seconds. Well, that was actually a really good solve for me. It usually takes me like 6 minutes to solve both of them. So I guess I got a lucky solve. So I solved all of these cubes, and let me tell you how much it took to solve each of these. The floppy cube. Looks like the floppy cube took me 50 seconds. Okay, floppy cube, your job is done. The 2 by 2. The 2 by 2 took me 34 seconds. Goodbye, 2 by 2. The 3 by 3 took me 1 minute and 3 seconds. I think I need to get a new 3 by 3. The pyramids took me 23 seconds. Finally, the fruit cubes in total took me 3 minutes and 12 seconds. So that's it. But this is Dink and Sausage World.